much speed, and he's got some power. Strong kid. We got to make sure we're wrapping him up, hitting him square.
Pine River also with a nice drive, taking about 5 minutes off the clock so far with this drive. Handoff off left tackle is down to about the 11-yard line, but a penalty flag came in at the end of that one. The yardage picked up was close to the first down. We'll see if the play is going to stand.
I can't tell what it was. Was it the far ref threw it? Face mask on us.
Face mask against the Rangers. Again, a big-time penalty hurting the Ranger cause.
Well, it'll be, half the distance to the goal?
We have talked about that repeatedly the last 3 ball games, and Rangers have had several penalties again tonight. So first down by penalty. You're exactly right, Nate. Half distance to the goal. Moves the ball to the 5-yard line. Pine River has a first and goal from the 5. With 3:05 left to go, third quarter. 21-15, Pine River on top. Homecoming night here in Manton. Rogan Nelson, quarterback, in the shotgun. Takes a snap, rolling to his left, and met there. Loss of a couple on the play, back to the 7-yard line. That was just like an old bootleg. Nelson put it on his hip and rolled, trying to make something happen himself, but loss of a couple.
Yeah, I think that was Noah Miles there on the stop. Came on the end position right around the blocker, and I don't know if Rogan saw him coming, because it was a good tackle, good hit.
Second down and goal from the 7. 21-15, Pine River on top. Pine River knocking on the door. From the 7, Nelson takes a handoff and gives it right up the middle to his brother. No gain on the play, but penalty flag. And this one's going to go against Pine River. Holding penalty against the Bucks is going to give Manton at least a little more breathing room for the time being.
Yeah, it could be third and goal from the 8, or second and goal from the 18, probably 17.
Yardage being walked off.
Going back.
And the ball is placed at the 20-yard line. And second and goal from there. Second and goal from the 20. So the Ranger defense gets another opportunity. On the Rangers' first possession, they got a field goal, 29-yard field goal from Walker Herrick to pull within a score. And like to keep it that way and give them another chance. Nelson in the shotgun, spread formation. Takes the snap, looking to throw over the middle, passes in the air, and caught for the touchdown. Caleb Moore laid out to try and knock it away, but the pass completed to number 2, Isaac McKinley, for the Pine River touchdown from 20 yards out.
That was a good pass. Caleb Moore tried his best to undercut and get a tip on it. Just couldn't quite get it. I think he did actually get a little paw on it because McKinley kind of bobbled it. But yeah, just a good passing catch. Told him that's what we got to force him to do, but didn't want him to do it.
Now Pine River lining up for their 4th extra point attempt of the night. Aguilar's been perfect so far. Here's a snap. Up. Jacob Hahn almost had a block on it, but the kick is good. It got by him. And that increases the Pine River lead to 28-15 with 1:44 to go here in the third quarter. Timeout on the field. We will take a timeout. Stay with us. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
4! With straightforward rewards checking from 4Front Credit Union. 4! You get 4% rewards for doing stuff you do every day. 4! Like logging onto your account and receiving e-statements. And you can open your account right online. It's that straightforward. 4! Unlike someone's tee shot. Straightforward rewards from 4Front Credit Union. Are you getting 4%? 4.08% annual percentage yield. Rate subject to change. Interest paid on balance up to $15,000. Some requirements apply. Insured by NCUA. 4!
Welcome back to Manton. Rick Swanson and Nate Swanson with Highland Conference action. It comes to our attention we had some technical difficulties. I hope you have stuck around or will join us again. And as we have picked it back up, Pine River has just taken it 43 yards with their first possession of the second half and put a touchdown on the board to increase their lead to 28-15 over the Rangers. Here's the kick following touchdown taken by the Rangers. Isaac Radin trying to make something happen. Looking for some opening down the left sideline. Nice return out to the 34-yard line where Manton will have it first down, their second possession of the second half.
Yeah, good little return here. Get a little spark. But we went down the field pretty good that first time with 3 or 4 runs. That one big pass to Rigneris. And hopefully we just keep doing the same. Keep the pressure on Pine River.
Our halftime score was 21-12 Pine River. Manton got a field goal on their first possession, and Pine River got the touchdown. Little screen pass set up to Hahn. Sidesteps one defender and able to squirm forward, but a couple penalty flags are in. They're marking it at the 36. Maybe his knee hit at that point, but it really doesn't matter because the call is a hold against the Rangers.
Yeah, that's one of those ones that we've been talking about. Just can't have that. We had good, solid first down gain for about 6, but now once again we're playing from behind the sticks. It'll be first and 15 maybe.
So yardage being walked off back to the 26-yard line. And you're right, Nate. It'll be first and 18 following the penalty for the Rangers. Helsel in the shotgun. Spread formation. Isaac Radin in motion. Helsel keeps it himself right up the middle. Out over the 30-yard line for a gain of about 5 on the Ranger running play.
Good QB keep. Had the option of hitting Radin on the jet sweep, but saw they had an end coming in, so he kept himself, got the safe 5 yards up the middle.
Second down, 12 for the Rangers. Inside a minute now left to go here in the third quarter. Snap to Helsel, handoff up the middle. Hahn cuts it to the outside, but a nice shoestring tackle made by Pine River for a loss of a couple on the play. I didn't get who that was, Nate, but just shot right through there. Made a nice tackle.
That was their senior Huffman, Sasha Huffman. He's quite the athlete. You'll hear his name in basketball. Really great athlete in track. Just a really good guy to have on the squad for this Buck team.
20 seconds left to go now in the third quarter. For all practical purposes, this could be the last play. Helsel in the shotgun, dropping straight back. Looking down the center of the field, and Hahn's open across midfield. He's got it. A nice pass play from Helsel to Jacob Hahn all the way to the 42-yard line of Pine River. So it looks like about 28 yards to me, Nate, on the pass play.
Yeah.
And keeps the drive alive for the Rangers.
Yeah, great protection by that O-line right there. Lane just had a nice safe pocket, didn't have to move around. And then, just found a space right down the seam. Hit Hahn for a nice easy catch.
Clock was stopped momentarily, but then the officials wound it again, and that takes us all the way to the end of the third quarter. Our third quarter score, the Pine River Bucks 28, the Manton Rangers 15. Let's keep it right here, Nate. We might want to catch up on some things. Give us a couple of the bigger numbers from halftime because we may have been off the air at that time. And if people missed some things, give them a couple of numbers that stood out.
Yeah, passing-wise, we had 152 yards in the first half compared to just 52 for Pine River. The big one was Caleb Moore with a 76-yard touchdown with like 12 seconds left in the half. That was a big one to give us some momentum. Caleb also had a 36-yard catch from Hahn earlier in the quarter. Running-wise, Pine River dominated the first half with 27 rushes for 168 yards. Just kind of had their will. They had a couple big runs in there, but really it was all just 2s and 5s and 6-yard gains. Just kind of wore us down. We didn't rush very well first half. We were 10 for 28. So they outgained us by 140 rushing. We outgained it by 100 passing. Both had a turnover. But yeah, that Brock Nelson had a touchdown first half, and his brother Rogan had 2 touchdowns.
Here we go, start of the fourth quarter. Manton with the ball, 1st and 10. Helsel in shotgun, takes a snap, looks to his left, got a receiver, completion, breaking down the middle, and all the way to the 20-yard line. I think that's more. Nice pass and catch, and a gain of about 22 yards. And first down again, Manton Rangers.
That's part of my halftime game plan, right? Just hit them through the air. I mean, we're getting some big chunk gains. We have 29, 28, and 22-yard passes in the second half.
Helsel again in the shotgun. Fake the handoff inside, completes pass to the left, Isaac Raden. And he's got yards for a first down, but hold everything.
And hold is the right call.
Yeah, we do have a flag in the backfield, and it is a hold against the Rangers. That's going to wipe out a nice 13-yard gain on the pass to Isaac Raden.
And Isaac's playing with that bum calf, so you don't want to wear him out on a play that's not going to count. I mean, Lane was already got rid of the ball. To stay on your block, got to quit with those penalties.
Boy, did we have some ball control in that third quarter. Each team had the ball once.
Wow.
For a complete series of downs in that third quarter. Pine River had the ball one time in the second half. We're in the fourth quarter. Manton only now for the second time on offense. So that backs them up. Now 1st and long back at the 30-yard line. Snap to Helsel. Looking down the middle. Short pass. And, boy, batted around. I thought it might be intercepted. Pine River had kind of a better shot at this than that one than Manton did, but incomplete.
Yeah, Pine River had a free rusher coming right down Helsel's face. He was lucky to get rid of that ball, and he just kind of threw it up for grabs. We had a couple guys out there, but mostly white shirts, deep, playing safety. Yeah, we got lucky to have it not caught by the Bucks.
Well, I mean, do the math. The Rangers need a touchdown here to keep them in the ball game and make it a one-score game, because then anything can happen. Here we go. 2nd and long, 2nd and 20. Spread formation, 3 receivers to the left. Hahn, the lone setback. Helsel's got it. Looking down the right sideline, airs it out for Regnerus. Goes up, and he's got it. At about the 1-yard line, Cole Regnerus just went up for the jump ball. About a 29-yard pass play. Let's call it 28 because they mark it at the 2-yard line. Rangers 1st and goal from the 2.
I saw that matchup right before they snapped the ball. I saw Regnerus single coverage on the bottom. They had a safety kind of shifted towards the middle. But, man, that was a beautiful pass, beautiful catch. Dropped it right in between the two defenders. But Regnerus has a 29-yarder and a 28-yarder this half.
Here's a snap, and before the play can develop, we have a whistle. Procedure penalty against the Rangers from the 2-yard line. Just those kinds of things, Nate. You just can't have that. You're knocking on the door. You don't want to move back 5 yards.
Yeah. Well, our 4 pass plays have been all in 20 yards, so maybe they're going to have some penalties take us back to there, because that's been our bread and butter this half. 2 yards is just too close.
1st and goal now from the 7. Rangers trying to get back within 1 score here in the fourth quarter. Snap, handoff inside to Hahn. Inside the 5, plowing over a couple people. He gets back that 5 yards from the penalty, and he's brought down at the 2. So 2nd down, Rangers from the 2.
There you go, much better. Just line it up, smash ball football, run it up the gut. I mean, you got three downs to get 2 yards. You can do this. Don't get fancy.
And no penalties.
Yes.
2nd and goal from the 2. Rangers trail it by 13, 28-15.
Look what they got in the backfield here.
Walker Herrick, the big guy, they give it to him. He's going to plow over a couple people, and he did. He was met probably a yard behind the line, and he just said, "Come with me, boys." And Walker Herrick took it 2 yards into the end zone.
I saw what was going to happen. Lane gave him a little push after he handed off. And he probably had the whole Pine River team on him and just steamrolled into the end zone.
Well, that makes it interesting again. Rangers now within 7. And let's go for 2. The kicks aren't
Man, same
on
play.
a good, successful
put
rate.
Eric back there again.
So here we go. Lining up for 2. Helsel with the ball. Looking to his left and intended at the goal line for Raiden. Knocked away by Pine River and leaving Pine River with that 7-point lead. But at least Manton has still gotten within 1 score at 28-21.
Yeah, that was a great play by Rogan Nelson to deflect that 2-point conversion pass. Raiden was open. Rogan dove in there and just got deflection on it.
So
great job by the Rangers.
With 10:02 left to go in the ball game, Rangers within 1 score, 28-21. Still just 3 possessions here in the second half. Manton has had the ball twice. They got a field goal and a touchdown. Pine River's had the ball once so far in the second half, and they scored a touchdown. So a lot of scoring here in 3 possessions of the second half. And as I look back at the first half, the last 2 possessions were TDs there. So the last 5 times one of these teams has touched the ball, there's been a score involved. So it's time for the Ranger defense to step up here, make a stop, and have a chance to tie this thing up or take the lead. 10:02 left to go, 28-21. Pine River on top, Manton ready to kick off. Waiting for a signal. Here we go. Lucas McKernan with the kick. High in the air and taken at the 23-yard line by Pine River. And after a return out to about the 36, Pine River will have it 1st and 10.
Yeah, we'll take that. Much better kick coverage. Nelson had it. He's usually a little squirmy guy that'll get a pretty good return, but to 36, it's not horrible.
Yeah, the first drive Pine River had this half, they started from the Manton 43, so much better. From the 36, now the Ranger defense has to get a stop, get that ball back for the offense. The offense can strike quickly. We've seen that all season long. Clock now under 10 minutes left to go in the ball game. Homecoming night here in Manton. Nelson, the quarterback, number 12. In the shotgun, been in the shotgun all night long. Drops back, 2 steps, looking over the pass, and knocked away. Well defended by Lane Helsel. That was intended for the tall Marcus Jurek, but Helsel was right there to knock it away. Penalty flag at about the 45.
Couple flags on the play. Looks like a holding maybe on Pine River, maybe a pass interference on the Rangers. Not really sure. There's 2 flags though.
Yeah, very different parts of the field are those flags. Waiting for some kind of signal from our umpire tonight.
He's got the 1 flag figured out. Now the back judge is coming up telling him what his flag was about, and they'll get it figured out which one they're going to use.
We'll end up if they cancel each other and we'll go first down again, or what the case is going to be. Well, they're walking off yardage against the Rangers out to the 45-yard line. We're still looking for a signal.
Man faithful are not very happy with whatever they're figuring out there.
But after the walk-off, Pine River would have it 1st and 1. Well, now they're going to give them the yard. So 1st and 10, Pine River on the 46-yard line. I still never saw any kind of signal. We did have 2 flags, but it was a 10-yard penalty against the Rangers for whatever.
That's that in the rule book. Just whatever, I don't know. Threw the flag for something.
So 1st and 10 at the 46. Still, the Ranger defense has to step it up. Nelson. Spread formation in the shotgun. In motion, Huffman from right to left.
Keeper.
Handoff fake up the middle, and Nelson kept it himself and finally knocked out of bounds. It was a nice fake to his brother right through the middle, Brock Nelson. And Rogan Nelson kept it himself down to the 33-yard line of the Rangers. "21-yard gain on the run on the first down play, and another first down for the Bucks."
Yeah, just a really good fake on that one. That one, you just kind of assumed that his brother was going to get it, just kind of pounded away, easing clock, saw a good seam to the left and took it.
Nelson in the shotgun. Fauble in motion, left to right. Gives it to Brock this time, right through the middle. And Brock Nelson able to get good yardage inside the 30. Just a tough running back to bring down. And the Rangers have seen their share of good opposing running backs all season.
Yeah, Brock's just a good, strong, athletic back, and him and his brother work really well together back there.
Gain of 4, second down 6. Rogan Nelson, fauble in motion, left to right. Handoff up the middle to Brock Nelson, and he's down about the 25. It'll be close to first down yardage depending on the spot. Clock continues to run, 8:55 left to go in the game. And they're going to say it's just a little bit short. It is third down and a short one for the Bucks. Time to dial up one of those tackles for loss.
I can guarantee kind of probably a run with Brock or up in the middle. Get that first down.
Nelson with the snap. Gives it to Brock Nelson. He's up through the middle and down to about the 15-yard line. Able to knock off some big chunks. And Pine River has another first down.
Gain of 9 on the play. Yep, just straight up the gut. You kind of see it coming with the 3rd and 1. Easy pickup by the Bucks.
Tip of the ball just inside the 15-yard line. First down. Again, that Manton defense needs to step it up, give themselves a chance. Just trailing this one by 7. Fauble in motion again, left to right. Nelson with the hand, or with the snap, and when he got the snap, he started going to his right, gave himself the option to go to Fauble, but caught from behind on a nice defensive play for a loss of 2.
That was a great tackle by Noel Miles right there. Chased him down from the defensive end position, and yeah, got Rogan for a loss of 2. So they haven't had many losses this half.
Good start on that series of downs. Second down 12 for the Bucks. They're obviously 4-down territory, or even in field goal territory for their good kicker. That time we get some movement from the Ranger line, and they're acting like they jumped and not drawn off, and that's going to be the call. So 5-yard walk-off against the Rangers. That kind of negates that nice defensive play. So now the Bucks have it 2nd and 7.
Yeah, just trying to time that snap off and just missed it by a little bit. But got to be aggressive at this point. I mean, they're marching down. You got to start doing something.
Second down, Rogan Nelson in the shotgun. Nelson was not the quarterback the first couple series of the game tonight. That time the handoff option to Brock Nelson, but he was stopped right there, and Rogan kind of pulled it out and said, well, you're stopped. I'll try it myself. And Manton defense was there to stop him. So nice play by the Manton defense that time.
It really was. Yeah, it was a really, really late pull from Rogan there.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere, bro. Let me try it. Pulled the ball out, took it himself.
Yeah, he didn't go anywhere either. So that was way to stay on the ball by the Rangers. Way to keep an eye on it.
Third down 7. Now for Pine River, they lead it by 7. Rogan with the pitch to Fauble from his left, works his way around the right end, able to get positive yardage down to about the 9-yard line. Not good for a first down. It is going to bring up 4th down for the Bucks. We'll say 4th and 4. So the Rangers get another opportunity on a big 4th down play. Pine River just made a couple of 4th downs on their last possession.
They're going to try for the field goal.
And they are lining up for the field goal from Omar Aguilar.
Say, Han's been so close to blocking some of these kicks. Maybe he can squeak through and get a tip on one of these.
The kneel is at the 16-yard line, so this is a 26-yard attempt by Pine River. Here's the snap, and kick is up, and it is what? Good. After a long delay in calling that one, the Manton coaching staff saying no good, but the officials finally go up with the good signal. So from 26 yards out, Aguilar puts in the field goal, stretching the Pine River lead to 31-21.
And like either ref saw it go through, but they said it through.
Yeah, I don't understand the delay on the call that was good.
Yeah, the one guy stands below one upright, the other guy stands below the other. And if it goes to either side of your pole, you put that hand up. And they didn't really know what was going on. But nonetheless, 3 points for the Bucks.
Of course, I've never stood under the goalpost, but it seems like it's an easy thing to tell if the football's inside the post or
you would think
outside.
So.
But it's almost like they had to think about it and decide whether it was good or not. But it is good in the record book, 26-yard field goal from Omar Aguilar. And Pine River has stretched their lead to 10, 31-21 with 5:20 left to go in the ball game. So now the Rangers down 2 scores. The clock also becomes a factor.
Yep, we need quick score. So we got to get 2. We got 5 minutes. Pine River's definitely a ball control team. So you got to score quick and then force some sort of kind of a punt turnover. And then you got to score quick once again.
Aguilar with the kick. Long end-over-end kick taken at the 10-yard line. Nice kick. Caleb Moore on the return. Trying to go right. Got some blockers out there. Makes a side cut to the sideline. Still on his feet. Out over the 40 before he's finally brought down at the 42-yard line. A 32-yard return by Caleb Moore on the kick.
Yeah, very, very patient. Let his blocks develop. Really good return by Caleb. That'll make it a little easier to score. You got 40 on the 43-yard line. Let's do it, 57 yards.
So, man, first down, still only their 3rd possession of this half. And we're down to the 5-minute mark. Pine River has just taken so much time off the clock with long, sustained drives. Helsel in the shotgun, drops straight back. Looking down the right sideline, heaves it up for Regneris. He's got it. Inbounds. Makes a cut to the inside. He's inside the 30-yard line of Pine River. 30-yard pickup on the pass play from Helsel to Regneris. As we said, the Rangers can strike quickly, but let's not put it
pass interference, Pine River.
in the book just yet. We're checking out the flag, but it is against Pine River. So the play will stand. 30-yard pass play to Cole Regneris, the senior receiver.
Tell you folks, these passes, where I'm not making these up, we've had 5 completions this half for 22, 28, 28, 29, and 30 yards. So these aren't little dinks and dunks. We're going for it. We are aggressive, which I love to see.
In the shotgun, Helsel now moving to his left, looking downfield. He's got a receiver. It's caught. It was a short pass, but a few more yards made up after the catch. Isaac Radin.
It was Isaac, but there is a flag on the play. I guess it's some sort of a hold or block in the back.
Yeah, it is against the Rangers.
Holding on the Rangers.
Nice little pass play.
Like all Isaacs get a penalty on him.
Boy, it would have been another nice pass play, another first down, but there's one of those penalties jumping out at the Rangers. And now they'll have it first and long. Like we said, there's still time here. They need a quick score, though, and then they need to stop and get it back. Trailing Pine River by 10, 31-21.
So they're definitely shifting their safety over to Regneris. So they got some options on the other side of the field.
Helsel looking over the center.
Just where
got
they
the
went.
Reception. It's caught inside the 20-yard line. Big pickup. 20 yards to Caleb Moore. As Nate has said a couple of times, big chunks at a time. The Rangers can do that.
That is a first down.
And it is a
Boom.
first down. Clock running, 4:25 left to go.
Yeah, they've got the two shifted on Rigneris because he's had those two big catches. So that other side of the field is the way to go.
Helsel looking to his right and pass underthrown. No good.
And
that time intended for Parker Siddle.
Yep. This little out route by Siddle, about 4 yards down. Now, those out routes are tough. Just arm strength and just, one could take it 6 yards, one will take it 2 yards. Just the timing on that. But yeah, 2nd and 10 from the 18-yard line.
The positive there is it wouldn't have been a big gain, and it did stop the clock, so saved a little bit of time. Helsel in shotgun, three receivers to the right.
Moore up top.
Helsel goes over the middle. He went to his lone receiver on the left side, Moore, and a low throw, a little behind him, incomplete. Will bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Rangers.
Yeah, I like that matchup. Moore was one-on-one against Jurek. Moore's got the speed, Jurek's got the height. Just let him a little bit longer. Might have been able to walk in the end zone, but throwing a little behind him, Jurek had some good defense and stopped that pass.
Yeah, 3 receivers to the right, but he went to Caleb Moore, the sole receiver, to the left, and we see spread formation this time. Isaac Graydon off to the left as a slot receiver also. Helsel dropping straight back, looking over the middle, and little miscommunication that time. Ended up throwing it closer to Marcus Jurek from Pine River to closer than any Manton receiver. I don't know if somebody cut in when they should have cut out, but it brings up 4th down. So, needless to say, huge play here for the Ranger offense with 4:10 left to go in the ballgame.
This is kind of, you could almost say the game right here. If Pine River gets the ball back, they're very ball controlled. They'll take some time off, make it really tough to get 2 scores. So we got to do something here.
Spread formation. 2 receivers to the right, to the left, and such a big play. Timeout taken on the field by the defense. Pine River takes timeout on the play. We will take a timeout. We'll be back here in Manton in 30 seconds.
Cadillac Java and Java 2 is the place to be for all things delicious. Java is a specialty drive-through coffee shop offering fresh espresso, premium coffees, frozen, iced, and blended drinks, ice cream, chai teas, and their most popular item, the frozen hot chocolate. And what goes great with amazing drinks? Flavorful treats like bagels, muffins, donuts, and more. Cadillac Java has 2 convenient locations to serve you at 725 North Mitchell Street and at 6319 East M115 in Cadillac West. Cadillac Java and Java 2. Big town gourmet taste with a small town personal feel.
Welcome back to the Manton Athletic Complex. Rick Swanson and Nate Swanson bringing you Highland Conference action tonight. 31-21. Pine River over Manton with 4:10 left to go in the ballgame. Pine River just took a defensive timeout. Manton with the ball, 4th and 10 inside the Pine River 20. So a huge play here for the Ranger defense, or Ranger offense, I should say. Helsel, back to pass. Comes to Regneris, right side, and intercepted at the 1-yard line by Lane Rupert for the Bucks. Pass was just a little underthrown, and Regneris was behind the defender, but the ball right to Lane Rupert, and he came down with it.
Yeah, kind of a slow developing play. Had a couple chances to the left, kind of threw it up. Kind of a wobbly pass up to Regneris, just a little short. Rupert was looking at it the whole way. Easy pick, but great tackle by Regneris at the 1-yard line. They have had some tackles for losses. If we can shoot a gap and get a safety, you're down by 8. That's 1 score.
Then you get the ball back.
back.
So that would be kind of a perfect scenario right here. Pine River on their 1-yard line. And if they were going to make a mistake, now's the time to do it. Nelson in his own end zone. Trying to draw Manton off. But Rangers were very disciplined defensively. And Pine River takes a timeout. 1st and 10 on their own 1. So if you were here when we had the technical difficulties. We certainly apologize for that. We will be here through the end of the ballgame. Stay with us. We will have at the end of the ballgame a recap of the scoring. If you missed any of that, we will have our final statistics sponsored by Forefront Credit Union, Northern Michigan's leading used vehicle dealer. And we'll go over some of the details of the ballgame and look ahead to what's on the agenda for next Friday night with the Manton Rangers. In other conference action tonight, I'm looking forward to seeing some of the results of these contests. McBain was at Lake City, big Massaukee County rivalry. Everett, 3-0, at Beale City, 3-0. And then the old Jack Pine matchup, Houghton Lake is at Roscommon. Those are the 3 games going on in addition to our matchup right here. So here we go. Teams back on the field. From the 1, Pine River, Nelson in the end zone. Hands off. They had Brock stopped at the goal line. He breaks out. He's running free at the 40, 45, out near midfield. And there is a penalty marker down. We'll see what that is. But my goodness, the Ranger defense was right there. They had him stood up. And somehow Brock Nelson broke away from that. And penalty flags are flying.
I think 2 taunting fouls.
Yeah, we have sportsmanlike calls against the Rangers.
That's not good. And 2 of them. I mean, not only do you have the big run, but then you tack on the yardage after that. It's not a good shifter there. We had a chance to get the ball back, had him stopped, couldn't wrap him up in the end zone. Then he runs out, and they're on our side of the 50, just like that.
So yardage being walked off from the end of the run, which was all the way out to the 48-yard line. And, boy, again, just a case of penalties on the Rangers, this time costing them big time. Pine River just started that play at their own 1-yard line, and the ball is now on the Ranger 26-yard line.
Ouch. What little hope we had is now non-existent. Pretty much.
But, of course, all that was not the penalty. The run was good by Brock Nelson out to the 40. That was a 48-yard pickup by Nelson, but then the penalties added on after that. So 3:49 left to go in the game. Pine River up 10. I would expect them now just to do that power football again. I would expect to see Nelson running the ball. Sasha Huffman also in the backfield now for Pine River. Here's a snap. Handoff inside to Brock Nelson. Gets by one tackler, gets by another one. And finally brought down in the secondary at the 18-yard line. You read about these guys in the paper, and you talk to others about them, and it's impressive when you see him. Brock Nelson is for real. He's a tough one.
He is. He's a strong kid. Very hard to tackle. You're not going to tackle him with one unless you hit him square on. If he hits any sort of an arm tackle, he's running through it pretty much 99% of the time. Both those personal fouls, guys, I don't know if you want to know, but they were both on Walker Herrick for the Rangers.
Pickup of 8 on the play, 2nd down and 2. Rogan Nelson takes a snap, rolls out to the right, keeps it himself, spins into the center, still on his feet inside the 10-yard line, brought down at the 9. Pickup is good for the first down. It will be 1st and goal, Pine River from the 9.
About a 13-yard gain there by Rogan. Kind of dead in his tracks, didn't really know where to go, ran into a wall. Did my wife's favorite move, the spin move. She loves seeing NFL guys do that. And just kind of got out of traffic, found some space, and got it all the way down to the 9-yard line.
Yeah, the pursuit was to the Ranger defense's left side, and Rogan just spun back to the center of the field. Rogan in the shotgun, takes a snap, keeps it himself.
Touchdown.
And he's going to take it in himself right up the middle. 9-yard touchdown run from sophomore quarterback Rogan Nelson.
Yeah, that's Rogan's third rushing touchdown of the night. He's also got 1 passing. So our pregame talk of him kind of being the real deal for a sophomore, that's pretty impressive. He saw that play and just made a couple good cuts, barely even touched for that 9-yard scamper to the end zone.
Aguilar lining up for the extra point kick. He has been perfect tonight, and he also hit 1 for 1 on field goals. So the kick is this time blocked.
And we've been in on him all day.
I think that's McKernan. Lucas McKernan got in there to block that one. And that leaves the score at 37-21. Pine River on top. And we've got a timeout on the field. We'll take the timeout back here in 30 seconds.
Manton Athletic Boosters Club is a proud supporter of the Rangers Athletics and would like to wish the best of luck to all our fall Manton Ranger sports teams. And go Rangers!
High school students are training for the jobs of tomorrow today at the Wexford-Massaukee Career Technical Center in Cadillac. Juniors and seniors from 12 area high schools can choose from 14 career-driven programs. Free college credit is available. Visit WMISD.org and click or tap the Career Technical Education link. See all the great programs, then talk to your student's counselor. Call 876-2200. The Wexford-Massaukee Career Technical Center on 13th Street across from Baker College. Proud to serve the students of Manton High School. CTC is the place to be.
Rick Swanson and Nate Swanson here at the Manton Athletic Complex tonight. Highland Conference football as the Rangers host Pine River on homecoming night. 2:25 left to go in this one. And Pine River has just put another score on the board, and they lead the Rangers 37-21. Aguilar ready to kick off for the Bucks. Kick is good end over end. Taken at the 10-yard line by Caleb Moore. Brings it to the right. Got a little running room. Cuts it more to the right, down the sideline before he's knocked out of bounds at the 46-yard line by the kicker.
Yeah, tackled by the kicker. But another good return, 45.5-yard line. Good lead blocks by Rigneris to kind of spring more for that good return.
Caleb has had some nice returns tonight. And the Rangers go on the offense once again. Ball on their own 46-yard line. Spread formation that we have seen all night long from both these teams. Helsel's shotgun drops back, looking to his right. Pass completed. Jacob Hahn. He's knocked out of bounds at the Pine River 46-yard line. Gain of 14 on the pass play, and Rangers have it. First down.
Yeah, good quick pass to Jacob. Got out of bounds. 2:10 left. Needs 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions. So we got a lot of scoring to do. We got to do it quick. I would say any chance you have to get out of bounds, you got to save that clock as much as you can.
Spread formation, no running back in the backfield. Helsel dropping straight back, looking to his right. Pass intended for Regneris, but well defended that time by Pine River's Ian Robertson.
A late flag.
Late flag.
Taunting on Pine River. Or unsportsmanlike on Pine River. We'll take that one. We have a pulse. We've got some life.
We'll see as they walk off. Nothing has happened to the placement of the ball yet. Now the official is going to walk off the penalty against Pine River. And the Rangers will have a first down at about the 25-yard line of Pine River.
There you go. One quick pass, onside kick with the 2-point conversion. Then I'll feel a little bit better. First thing first, let's get this thing in the end zone quick.
Helsel in shotgun. Drops straight back. Over the middle. Down. Just incomplete. I was ready to call a touchdown on that one. He had Parker Siddle out there at the goal line, and Piner was just there to knock it away at the last second.
Yeah, Parker was corralling it in, kind of fumbling between both hands, right over his shoulder catch. Then safety came through and just kind of knocked her out of his hands. Good placement by Lane again with a guy breathing right down his neck. He's getting a rusher kind of free every time, and he's standing in there strong and throwing some good passes.
Second down 10, Helsel. Looking deep again in the end zone this time. Overthrows everybody. Feeling a little heat from Pine River. And another penalty flag down in the backfield. And this is going to be another unsportsmanlike conduct against Pine River. And that one I saw. Pine River defender just pushed Ranger when he's on the or on the ground.
Yeah, officials don't usually see the first guy. I saw the whole play kind of happening. They were kind of fumbling on the ground a little bit. But they saw the second guy, which we'll take. And we'll take that yardage.
Rangers walking right down the field here. Ball now at the 11-yard line. And first down, Rangers. But clock a factor, 1:53 left to go. Pine River up 37-21. Helsel back to throw, looking to the right side. Into the end zone, and knocked away by Lane Rupert. Got a hand on it. Intended for Regnerus down in the right corner of the end zone. Brings up third down.
Yeah, they have double team on Regnerus pretty much every time. He's our high baller who jumps up and high points the ball. Might have to get one of those quicker guys, Han, Raiden, or Moore, on one of these nice little seam cuts or little slants. I mean, the whole middle of the field's open. We just gotta find it. Han, seam to the middle.
Helsel back. Looks to his left. Ball's out there through the hands of Isaac Raiden, incomplete. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Rangers. Does stop the clock with 1:42 left to go.
There are options. We just got to find the right one. That one would have possibly got about 6-7 yards if completed. But I think middle of the field is where to go. I mean, they got everyone pushed to the sides. They got linebackers pulled up. Right over those linebackers might be the place to go.
Helsel with the ball. Roaming to his left, being chased, and he's going to be dropped for a loss back at the 15-yard line. He was just caught from behind, could not see the defender coming. And that's going to bring up a 4th down and 15, basically 4th and goal. The yard marker's right at the goal line.
Yeah. Timeout, Rangers.
Rangers take a timeout for this 4th down play. Stay with us after the ball game tonight. We will have a rundown of all the scoring. We'll have statistics for you, especially if you're joining us or with us after our technical difficulties where we're off the air for a while. But we will fill you in on everything that happened tonight, and we will talk about what is up next on the schedule. Nate, I want to mention one more time. We mentioned this in the first half, but I want to express my appreciation to you coming in and filling in for some games. You're going to be with me next week again. Jordan Shepler had the first couple, but he couldn't make 3 games in a row here, and you've been great to come in. I was afraid with that new job maybe you wouldn't be able to get away, but I appreciate you doing so. And fill in the faithful listeners what you're doing now.
Yeah, well, I was hired by Hillsdale College.
And one of the reasons I mentioned this is because we're playing Pine River tonight, and you're down in Pine River territory.
I am in Luther, Michigan, at a place called Rockwell Lake Lodge. If you haven't heard of it, it's kind of a hidden gem, kind of a hotel/conference center. Just a great place to, hold some meetings and, stay for a night, some fishing, swimming, trails. It's a fun place to go.
Here we go. Big 4th down play, 4th and goal. Helsel back to throw. Being rushed, gets away from the defender. He's got an opening in the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown to Jacob Hahn from 15 yards out. And, boy, if you had to dial up a play, that was it. Jacob was wide open over there, and it does pull the Rangers within 10, and they will obviously be going for 2 here following the touchdown.
That was a very long throw. I mean, he was went to his right a little bit, kind of bought some time. Pine River's eyes all went to the right and kind of left Han all alone in the corner. I was just kind of waiting there. I mean, the ball was up in the air for 5 seconds. Han was just waiting for it.
Yeah, just waiting.
And those Pine River guys were scrambling to get over there, but couldn't get there. Good pass and catch.
1:10 left to go in the ball game. And if the Rangers can punch this 2-point conversion in, they're within one score. And we would probably, in all likelihood, see an onside kick. Here's a snap. Gives to Hahn. And he marches in right through the line. Might have tweaked the ankle a little bit on that reception because he's hobbled a little bit, but boy, nothing was going to stop him on that 2-point conversion. Jacob Hahn takes it in to pull the Rangers within 8.
Yeah, I wonder if on that pass he just kind of fell down because he got hurt, and they just kind of left him, and then he stood up and wide open. I don't know. But yeah, down by 8. That's the kind of life we needed. Those 2 silly penalties by Pine River kept us alive, and a huge 4th down conversion to Hahn. That was awesome, and then ran it in for the 2-pointer. We have life. We need an onside kick. You don't see many of these in high school, onside kicks, but here we go. These are fun little plays. 3 seconds of just who wants that ball.
Well, the Rangers have at least gotten themselves in a position here with a chance. 37-29. Rangers within 8. 1:10 left to go in the ball game. If the Rangers don't come up with the ball, then Pine River can easily run out the clock. Manton does not have all their timeouts. They've had to use one. But we'll see what can happen. Makes it interesting here with the onside.
Sure does. Got to get past the 50-yard line. Kick from the 40. And we cannot touch it until it hits that 10-yard mark.
Sophomore Lucas McKernan doing the kicking. And here we go. It went to 10 yards, and it's loose. But out of bounds, there's a penalty comes in with the ball going out of bounds. Nobody secured possession of it, but they had a chance.
They sure did.
Wow.
There's a penalty on the field. I don't know what it's for.
I don't know if the ball went out. That was the flag, or what do we have called here?
People touched it, though, so I'm not sure.
The ball is right at midfield, just in Pine River territory. The ball did go 10 yards.
No flag on the penalty? No flag.
Pick up the flag. There is no penalty. So Pine River's going to have the ball first down on their own 48-yard line. And I would expect Nelson probably just to take a knee here.
Yeah, we got a couple timeouts.
Manton can stop it a couple of times. And the Bucks come out. 3 in the backfield, a little more protection for Rogan Nelson, quarterback. Here's a snap. Does hand off. Brother Brock Nelson to midfield. Gain of 2 on the play. And, of course, the danger, if you are Pine River, is that you fumble the ball. He took a big hit that time.
He did, and even the handoff was a little shaky, to be honest.
Yeah, I saw the possibility there of a turnover quite easily. But they do pick up a couple of yards. Timeout taken on the field by the Rangers. We'll keep it here. 1:05 left to go in the game. Pine River second down and 8. They lead it by 8, 37-29. It's been a very entertaining ball game tonight. There have been, turnover-wise, just 3 of them. Manton has turned the ball over twice on a fumble and an interception. Pine River turned it over once on a fumble of their own. There have been major penalties both ways tonight that have hurt both teams, whether they were defensive penalties or in stopping a drive offensively. But it's been a tough Highland Conference contest, a lot of good hitting, and one that's entertained the homecoming crowd here at Manton tonight.
Sure has. It's been a fun one to call. Just up and down the field, long throws, long runs. Some flags that have been interesting. Yeah, good night.
Here we go. Second down 8. Pine River with the ball. Rogan Nelson, sophomore quarterback, in the shotgun. Takes a snap. Hands off to Brock Nelson, off right tackle. And he's stopped there.
Ball's out.
The ball in the air. It's on the ground. And Ranger players are saying they've got it. But the officials Officials do not agree. Had a little excitement there for a moment, but the ball did pop up in the air. But the Bucks have come down with it. Give them a gain of about 5 on the play, and it's going to be 3rd and 3 for Pine River. And another timeout taken on the field by the Rangers.
Man, that football is so oblong and weird bounces, but feels like every one of those little bounces has gone Pine River's way tonight.
Once again, we were informed of some technical difficulties tonight. We didn't have a problem on our end. I'm not sure what happened, but if you missed any of the game and you have rejoined us, stay with us. After the conclusion of this one, we will recap all the scoring for you and go over the game statistics and talk about what is up next week for these Manton Rangers. So the team's coming back out on the field following timeout. We're now down under a minute, 58 seconds remaining, 3rd and 3 for Pine River. Looks like there's one timeout left on the board. I don't know if that's right, though. Seems like we took one on the last drive.
We did.
I don't believe either team has a timeout. Rogan Nelson with the ball off left tackle by himself. Ball's on the ground.
We might have this one.
He had it stripped from him that time. Rogan Nelson did.
Did you get it back?
And
he did. See,
he got it himself.
Right back to him.
And probably a first down.
We can't
get
a break.
Can't get the big break. With the fumble, Pine River recovers with just enough for the first down.
Couple kneel downs, game's over.
And now it's all it's going to take. Here's for the clock to run out. Pine River take a knee. Boy.
2 fumbles that last drive.
Couple of close fumble recoveries there. And that would have been really fun.
That would have.
But Nelson takes a snap, simply kneels down, and that's going to do it for our ball game here tonight in Manton. Highland Conference contest as the Manton Rangers hosted the Pine River Bucks on homecoming night. And as the clock expires, that is the end of the ball game. Our final score here tonight, the Pine River Bucks 37 and the Manton Rangers 29. After a timeout, we'll be back to recap the scoring. We'll have those final statistics for you. Sponsored by Forefront Credit Union, Northern Michigan's leading used vehicle lender. We'll hand out the Ranger game ball for the game. We'll talk about the Ranger drive of the game, and we'll let you know what's up next on the schedule. So stay with us. We will return to wrap things up in 2 minutes.
Are you in the mood for amazing food at a reasonable price? Well, look no further than 308 Pub and Grill in Manton. It all kicks off on Tuesday with wings for just 50 cents traditional and 65 cent boneless. Wednesday is burger baskets for $4.99, and Thursday is dollar taco night. Friday is steak night and starts at $9.99. The local 308 has comedy night the last Saturday of every month with no cover, so enjoy the laughs on us. Sunday, get 2 of our signature wood-fired pizzas for just $18, dine-in only. The local 308 is a proud supporter of the Manton Rangers and major supporter of Local First.
Don's Auto Clinic, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and High Point GMC Cadillac continue to grow together to serve you better. Our staffs are a group of hardworking individuals who, just like you, get the job done every day by showing the dedication and determination to teamwork. You will not find a more dedicated team making the car or truck buying experience more seamless and easy. Locally owned dealerships, proud to support all local high school sports. We're behind you all the way.
Lutke is the right combination of experience, service, knowledge, and old-fashioned honesty. By providing a full range of forestry equipment services through 3 strong divisions: Lutke Equipment, Lutke Hydraulics, and Lutke Forest Products. Lutke can offer their customers the very best service, price, and always top quality products from a company that knows the challenges that loggers face every day. They offer the top brands with a full line of steel products, Traeger grills, and a full service hydraulic and machine shop for all of your everyday needs. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Call 231-824-9505.
Bostic's Drugstore in Manton is your locally owned pharmacy. You can count on Mike and his professional staff to take care of all your prescription needs with a personal hometown touch. You'll get a comprehensive medication review every time you pick up a prescription. Bostic's Drugstore accepts most insurances and administers flu and shingles shots with a prescription. They're also your home for Manton Rangers and locally made Michigan apparel, plus cards, gifts, and toys. Stop into your friendly hometown pharmacy, Bostic's Drugstore, on Main Street in Manton, or call 231-824-6465.
Welcome back, everyone. Rick Swanson with Nate Swanson from the Manton Athletic Complex, where the Manton Rangers have dropped a tough one to the Pine River Bucks by the score of 37-29. Pine River is now, with the win, 3-1 overall, 2-1 in the Highland Conference, while Manton, after 4 weeks of play, still looking for their first win. They are 0-4 overall, 0-3 in conference play. Let's go over a recap of the scoring first off. And we did have quite a bit of that after we had a scoreless first 8 minutes. But then the scores came quite regularly. First on the board was Pine River. They got a 4-yard touchdown run from Brock Nelson. Extra point kick was good, and with 3:59 left to go in the first quarter, Pine River was up 7-0. On the very next possession, the Rangers put together an 8-play, 65-yard drive and capped it off with a 4-yard touchdown run from quarterback Lane Helsel. Kick was no good, and with 33 seconds left to go first quarter, Manton trailed 7-6. With 6:40 left to go in the second quarter, the Bucks got on the scoreboard again. Rogan Nelson, quarterback, took it on a 5-yard keeper. Kick was good, and with 6:40, as I mentioned, to go in the first half, Pine River led at 14-6. With 36 seconds left in the first half, Pine River put another touchdown on the board. Brock Nelson from 12 yards out. Extra point kick was good, and they led at 21-6. But the Rangers were not done in that first half. They scored in 26 seconds. With 10 seconds left to go in the first half, Lane Helsel hit Caleb Moore on a 76-yard scoring pass. The try for extra point was no good. And at halftime, the Rangers had pulled within 9, 21-12. The second half was full of scoring. Out of 7 completed drives in the second half, 6 were scoring. That's from both teams combined. The Rangers took the first kickoff of the second half and drove 8 plays to set up a field goal from Walker Herrick of 29 yards. And that got them within one score at 21-15 with 8:49 left to go third quarter. But they could not stop Pine River. Pine River scored on the next possession, a 20-yard pass to McKinley. The kick was good, and with 1:44 left to go in the third quarter, Pine River led it 28-15, once again up by 2 scores. Into the fourth quarter, the Rangers put a touchdown on the board at the 10:02 mark. A 2-yard run from Walker Herrick. The 2-point conversion was no good, but the Rangers had pulled within one score, 28-21. On the next possession, the Bucks kept it on the ground as they did most of the night. 7 plays to get within field goal range, and Omar Aguilar hit a 26-yard field goal with 5:20 left to go in the game to put Pine River up by 10. Next time the Bucks got the ball following an interception of a Lane Helsel pass, they scored on a 9-yard run from Rogan Nelson. The kick was no good, and with 2:25 left to go in the ball game, the Bucks were back up 2 full scores, 37-21. But the Rangers, they don't have quit in them, and they still put another one on the board with 1:10 left to go in the ball game. They got a 15-yard scoring pass from Lane Helsel to Jacob Hahn. The 2-point conversion was good. And at that 1:10 mark, they trailed Pine River 37-29. Time for an onside kick, which the Rangers almost got. It was executed almost to perfection, except they just didn't come up with the ball. And then, as Pine River was running their series of downs, they nearly fumbled a couple times. The ball was on the ground twice, where the Rangers maybe could have come up with it and put together one last drive to try and tie this thing up, but just couldn't get the one big definite turnover, even though they had opportunities to try to close out the game and extend it. But our final score tonight, very entertaining ball game. Pine River 37 and the Manton Rangers 29. Now I'm going to turn it over to Nate. He's been doing a lot of figuring here in the meantime. And final statistics sponsored by Forefront Credit Union, Northern Michigan's leading used vehicle lender. Take it away, Nate.
Hopefully I can keep track of all this. But second half, Pine River rushed the ball 23 times for 160 yards. They threw it 1 for 3 for 20 yards, and that one completion was the touchdown to McKinley. But second half rushing, Brock Nelson had 11 rushes for 95 yards. Rogan Nelson had 9 rushes for 51. Rupert had 2 for 11. Fauble had 1 for 3. Totals for those guys for the game. Fauble had 3 total carries for 6 yards. Huffman had 1 for -1. Hemble, who kind of started the game at quarterback, had 5 rushes for 5. Then you have Rupert, ended the day with 5 rushes for 22 yards. Rogan Nelson, the quarterback, had 15 rushes for 119 yards. And to lead the way was Brock Nelson with an impressive 22 rushes for 177 yards. These are all unofficial, folks, obviously, but they're pretty close to being accurate. Overall, their rushes, they had 50 rushes for a whopping 328 yards for an average of 6.6 yards per carry. And then passing, they were 3 for 6 on the day, or 4 for 8. 4 for 8 for 72 yards with that one touchdown to McKinley. That's Pine River. Whew, that's a lot of stats. All right, so Manton. Manton.
Let me interject here, Nate. You're saying unofficial, but I'm telling you, folks, these are as close as you can get to being official stats. These are right on the money. All right, take it away.
All right, so Manton, we'll start with their rushing. Overall, second half, they were 9 for 53, which was better than the 10 for 28 in the first half. Rushing second half, Hahn was 6 for 44. Helsa was 2 for 7, and Herrick had the 1 for 2. That was that touchdown. But overall for the game, Hahn had 10 total rushes for 51 yards. Helsel had 5 for 20. Herrick had 2 for 8. Radin had 2 for 2 for a total of 19 rushes for 81 yards for a 4.3 average. So they had 328 yards on the ground. We had 81. It's a big difference.
Huge.
All right, but throwing's where we kind of had our bread and butter going tonight. Second half, we had a lot of big chunk plays. Our shortest completed pass was 14 yards. So Rigneris' second half was 3 for 87. Hahn's second half was 3 for 57. And Moore was 2 for 42. To end the day passing, Radin had 1 catch for 0 yards. Parker Siddle had 2 for 12. Cole Rigneris had 4 catches for 93 yards. Hahn had 5 for 79. And Moore led the way with 4 for 154 yards. He had some big chunk ones, especially that 76-yarder in the first half. But overall, they were 8 for 186, or 8 completed passes for 186 yards in that second half. Totals for the game passing-wise for Lane Helsel, and also Jacob Hahn had the 1 pass as well. But total, they were 16 for 33 for 338 yards through the air.
Wow.
That's what I got.
And that's going to that puts Lane up near the 900-yard mark passing in just 4 games.
Or wasn't he 700 before? I don't know. Could be over 1,000 already. I don't know. Is it?
I thought it was.
I don't remember.
Well,
we'll look it up.
Yeah, we'll check that. But they can chew up some yardage. They can make the big play. But tonight, we hate to keep harping on, but penalties played a big part tonight against the Rangers. Pine River did have their share of big penalties also, but let the other team have them. Manton just had too many of their own. And the big thing tonight also the inability to stop the run. Pine River had a great ground game going tonight with the Nelson boys, and you got to clean up those 2 things, that's for sure.
Yep, lost the turnover battle again, lost the penalty war. But man, one of the big takeaways today is you scored 29 points on a team who was only allowed 19 through their first 3 games. So you put up 10 more than you allowed through 3 games. So that's something to hang your hat on to show that what you're doing on offense is pretty good. But once again, you allowed pretty high point totals in 37. Where last week you only allowed 7. So definitely a little difference there. But gotta love the direction it's going. I mean, there are signs that this team can really take off.
Yeah, I'm sure the Rangers are going to break through here. They had a game in Joburg opening the season, which they could have won. They led Everett until halfway through the fourth quarter last week. Here they lose by 1 score. These Rangers are going to break through. I just got a feeling. Will it be next week in Roscommon? We'll have to wait and see. Nate, let me go right back to you for Ranger game ball tonight.
I'm going this wide receiver core, and then led by quarterback Lane Helsel to go high school, almost 50% passing, 16 for 33, for 338 yards. That means you got a quarterback that is putting the balls in some good spots for the receivers to make some plays on. It means the receiver is getting open to catch the ball, and then they're doing a lot of great stuff afterwards. But then you also got to give, maybe offensive line. They did a little bit. 33 pass attempts. He was sacked twice, or once. He was sacked once. 33 pass attempts, sacked once. That's a great credit to the O-line as well. But the passing game really showed up today for the Rangers.
I just checked the passing yards, and you were right. Helsel had 750 coming into the game. He's over 1,000 yards passing in 4 games. The passing attack is certainly there for the Rangers. Now about 1,088. It's just things we have to clean up in different areas of the ball game to finally break through. For the Ranger drive of the game, I'm going to go with their first score. Back in the first quarter, Pine River had just scored, and the Rangers stepped up on an 8-play, 65-yard drive of their own to match Pine River's touchdown. Helsel finished it off on a 4-yard run. The kick wasn't good or successful, but it got them back within 1 to Pine River after Pine River got that first score. But the Rangers did have a couple extended drives, a couple more plays in the second half, or a couple drives in the second half of 7 plays. So that was better than we've seen recently also in having sustained drives once they have the football. Well, looking ahead to next week, the Rangers will be back on the road traveling to new Highland Conference member Roscommon to take on the Bucks. So they have the Bucks here 2 weeks in a row. Pine River Bucks tonight, Roscommon Bucks next week. That is Friday night, September 27, Manton and Roscommon in Roscommon. We will be there. Kickoff is set for 7 o'clock. We'll be on the air at about 6:40 with the pregame. Spread the word on how the Manton Rangers can be listened to on the internet this year. Go to 1071thedrive.com, click on the Manton Ranger logo, and you can pick up the game from any of your electronic devices, phones, iPads, or computers, anything hooked up to the internet. We want to thank once again our sponsors of Manton Ranger football this season. They are Lucky Forest Products of Manton, Cadillac Java and Java 2, Bostic's Drugstore in downtown Manton, Don's Auto Clinic, High Point Cadillacs, GMC, Manton Booster Club, the Wexford Misaki Career Tech Center, the 308 Pub and Grill in Manton, and Forefront Credit Union. If you get a chance, please express your appreciation of their support. And if you would like to help support Ranger football broadcast, we would love to have you join the team. Please call 231-876-1079 on how you can be a sponsor of local high school sports. That's 231-876-1079. I also want to mention again, tonight was homecoming, and named as King and Queen tonight were Jaden Cosgray and Molly Lane. 2019 homecoming King and Queen for Manton High School. Jaden Cosgray and Molly Lane. Nate, let me throw it back to you one more time. Final thoughts.
Just a fun, entertaining game. Manton's definitely putting up some stuff to be proud of. Just got to clean up those mental errors once in a while. But they're not leaving you disappointed on a game. I mean, they're giving you a show, giving you your money's worth. But look forward to next week and just seeing the improvements they can make. Whether it's getting that ground game going a little bit more, or cleaning up penalties, stopping the run, whatever it may be. But yeah, new opponent coming in, and it'll be interesting to see how we stack up against Roscommon.
You bet. Well, that's going to do it from Manton this evening. This is Rick Swanson along with Nate Swanson back in the studio control room. Allie DeClaire, who's always trying to keep us running smoothly. Thanking you for joining us and hoping you'll tune in next Friday when the Manton Rangers travel to Roscommon to take on the Bucks. Once again, the final score here tonight, the Pine River Bucks 37 and the Manton Rangers 29.
This live stream of Manton Rangers football on 1071thedrive.com has been sponsored by the 308, Bostix Drugstore, Don's Auto Clinic and High Point Cadillac GMC, Lucky Forest Products, the Manton Booster Club, and the Wexford Missaukee Career Tech Center. Join us next time for Manton Rangers football on 1071thedrive.com.